So I went to a couple of stores, which I tend to do because I can't get all of these things at Costco, or else I probably wouldn't go anywhere else. Let yourself off the hook, do the best that you can, and get as many real whole foods as you can, because you're still going to be benefiting your health in that way. Hey, I am Cher and welcome to the Style and Stewardship YouTube channel. I cannot wait to get into some of the new things that I found at Costco this week, and they might be taking the place of some of my old favorites. Right away, I want to tell you this is our real food. Everything is going to be gluten-free and dairy-free, and we have already peeled into some of these. So you're going to see some open bags and things like that, but this is real life. First, I want to start with everything that I got from the refrigerated section, so I can go ahead and put those things away. I'm going to start with our proteins. So I picked up something that I often get, which is their triple pack of organic boneless skinless chicken breasts, just because I really like to use that in things that just cook very, very quickly. That's actually not my favorite cut of meat, but it's just so versatile. So I love to get that, and it just lasts us for the entire week for so many different meals. I also shop at another store, and it's called Lidl. It's very similar to Aldi. I don't think it's available everywhere, but it has very, very similar things to Aldi. So this is their uncured turkey bacon, and you're gonna see a lot of breakfast items today. This one has no nitrates or nitrites, and it also has no antibiotics. So whenever I'm getting meat and I can't get organic or grass-fed, that's going to be the next thing that I want to go for. Is going to be no antibiotics, no hormones, and all natural if I possibly can. Get whatever you can and what's best for you and your family. That's just one of the things that I really like to do. Next up, from Aldi, I picked up 2 packs of their 93% lean, 7% fat. I like to get the one that's been on sale for $3.99, which I think is like 85% lean. I'm not sure of the ratio, but that one's been $3.99, but they were all completely gone from my Aldi this week. These have a price difference, so these are $6.19 in my area. The other ones are $3.99. They're also grass-fed, but I needed that, so I went ahead and picked that up. That I got. These might be taking the place of my other Jones Farms organic chicken sausages. Those are my favorite, but these, oh my goodness. So I picked up 2 packs, and again, this is my real family's food. So this has already been opened, and this is what it looks like. So this is the Amy Lou breakfast sausage. It is paleo. It does have a tiny bit of a spice, but these are so, so good. And I like to take these and put them in the air fryer, and it kind of crisps the skin up. These are also pork casing free, which I really like, but the ingredients is why I've gotten this again. But they were on sale in my area this week for $10. So I went ahead and picked up 2 packs, and it comes with 3 individual, I'll have to show it to you. Let me open this one back up so you can see. It just comes with so many sausages. So this is what 1 pack looks like, and this was, again, this was $10 this week, but even with the regular price at like I think it's $13.99 or $14.99 in my area, it's still such a great buy. So you get, I'm trying not to dump out the sausages, but you get this huge triple pack in each one of these. But the flavor, honestly, is just so, so good. So that is what we got for proteins this week. And then one of the other things that I liked, I'm sorry, I forgot about my eggs. So I love getting their heirloom, free-range, all blue eggs. These have these rich amber yolks. It even says it on here. But they just taste so, so, so good. And eggs are such an amazing way to get in choline, which we need for our hormones, for brain health, for development, for all of the things. And this is such a great way to get it, is to eat the egg yolks. And you always want to eat the egg yolks just because that's where all your nutrients are going to be. You still get a good bit of protein in your egg whites, but when I see people using just egg whites, and I'm just like, no, at least eat one of those yolks, at least one, because they're basically like a multivitamin. So that is my little tip for the eggs. If you can tolerate eggs, if you have no egg allergies, eggs are such a great source of protein, and you're getting a complete protein, meaning that you're getting all 9 of the essential amino acids that we have to get in through our food because our body can't make it. Eggs are an easy way to do that, eating the whole egg. And you're also getting fat soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. And it literally is like having a multivitamin. So love that. Love eggs. I got 2 packs of these. And the price has gone back down in my area for those, but even when it went up, I was still gonna get them because they're just such a great buy and they just taste so good. We were typically getting the organic or the wild pesticide-free blueberries. This week I picked up something a little different because I've been buying all these little containers from Aldi of like the organic raspberries and blueberries. So if you're someone who doesn't have access to a lot of produce, one of the best ways to get it is to go into your freezer section and to pick up some frozen berries. This one right here has a 4-berry blend, so it has strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. You could always get just blueberries if you didn't like the other fruit, but this is just such a great buy and such a good way to get in antioxidants and nutrients. I also like to put them in like a blueberry cobbler or crumble that I make, and they're just so versatile, and it's so easy to have something like that to be able to get in those fruit that have, you know, packed with vitamin C, packed with fiber, packed with antioxidants and phytonutrients and micronutrients and all of these things that we need for our cells. That's such a great way to go. And then it's also lower as far as spiking blood sugar and insulin and things like that. So it's also better for you in the sense that it's not super high in sugars. So these are going to keep your blood sugar more balanced because they also contain fiber. But what I like to do with those is make sure that I'm pairing it with either a protein or with a fat to make sure that I'm not spiking my blood sugar needlessly. The next thing I got, I've never seen this before, and I already opened this just to put some in the microwave real quick and test it out and see how it was, and it's absolutely delicious. It tastes fresh and grilled at the same time, which to me was just, oh my goodness. So if you have something like a Cava or a Zoe's Kitchen or something like that in your area, or some sort of Mediterranean kind of fast casual dining, this is something that's often on the menu, and that's going to be fire roasted vegetables. This one I am so impressed with because not only are the ingredients amazing, the flavor was amazing, and a lot of times we'll pick up pre-seasoned foods, whether that is in our packaged food section or if that's in our freezer, and they're gonna have a bunch of things we don't necessarily want. So there was a brand that Costco had before in my area. I don't remember what it was called, but I always passed over it because it just, if I was gonna get a giant bag of something, which means I'm going to be eating a lot more of it, I want to make sure that the ingredients are as good as I would like them to be, or just fit our family's goals. Do what works best for your family. A vegetable is still a great thing to get in. So these actually have avocado oil, which is what makes them different. They're also gluten-free, and there's no artificial colors or flavors or any additives, which I was super impressed by, and that's probably why it tastes so fresh. Love this, but you get that char grilled. It's almost like having, you know, if you put vegetables on a skewer on a grill, that's exactly what these taste like. I didn't have to add anything to them, and they're such a great way to get in a different mixed vegetable. A lot of times the mixed vegetables are like carrots, cauliflower, and broccoli, you know, like the Normandy blend, which I really like that too. But this just switches things up, especially for the summer. So if you're doing a cookout, or if you want that feeling like you're having a cookout, you could easily use this as a side, and it's so good. We'll probably be getting this one again. Love that one. Next up, I got a couple of other produce items that I'll need to put in the fridge. So this was $2 in my area, $2.19 at my Aldi, and this is just the organic celery. I make a lot of chicken salad. I have a recipe for really quick and easy instant pot chicken salad that takes about 25 minutes, and I'll link that video here. And that's something that we've just been going to like over and over because it's perfect for the summer. You don't have to find a microwave if you're at work, and all you need is an ice pack. It travels really, really well, and it's just really versatile to have a myriad of other things with it while getting in a really good source of protein from the organic chicken breast, or just making it at home is still a lot cleaner than a lot of the things that you're going to find pre-made at your grocery store. So I like to pick that up. It's also a good snack if you're someone who likes to dip it in peanut butter or almond butter. I also put it in soup, and I also make my own vegetable stock using some of that celery. Celery also has a lot of minerals in it, so that's a really, really good thing to keep in mind, especially during the summer where we need minerals for our body to stay hydrated and hold on to all the water that we're taking in, and to keep us from losing too much if we're sweating and we're out and about. So shredded lettuce, We are serious about our tacos in this family, or some sort of taco. So I love to get shredded iceberg lettuce. I don't know why, but specifically that's the only time I crave it. It's really refreshing, and you're getting a little bit of fiber with it too. So I picked up cilantro. This is in heavy rotation in my house, one of my absolute favorite herbs. If you don't like cilantro, you could always use some parsley instead, but I love putting this on tacos. I love putting this in this nacho fake cheese dip that I like to make each week. This is so good. And it also is packed with minerals, and it also chelates heavy metals, which means that it helps to remove them from the body. Great for detoxification, for your body to naturally detox, which our bodies were created to do. So this is the dairy-free cheddar, and these are the cheese shreds. I just get this from Aldi. Whenever you're getting something from a package that's replacing or mimicking something else, I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes you're gonna have ingredients in it that you don't necessarily love, but I can't really handle cheese, so this is what I go for, and the flavor is actually really good. The price is also really decent. It's under $4 for this in my area. Some of the vegan cheeses and stuff can go up to like $7 or $8, and they can be pretty expensive. This to me is a really economical way. I don't use a ton of it. Sometimes I just want it for like that fake queso dip that I make. I mean, that fake nacho dip that I make. I call it fake because it's not real cheese. But this gives it that cheesy flavor. And this is one that I found that doesn't have nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast bothers me in particular with my histamine intolerance. So I like to use this instead. I don't have a ton of problems with it, but it's something that I use sparingly. I'm not using it every single day. And I'm usually using it just to mimic cheese, because cheese doesn't work well for me. So if you're someone who is dairy free, pop into your Aldi. They also have a mozzarella that is really good. Like, it stretches and everything like mozzarella cheese is supposed to do. So I really like that too. They didn't have it this week, so I just picked this up, and that's going to go in that nacho cheese dip that I made. Next up, I just picked up 2 of their English cucumbers. These were 85 cents each, and they were non-GMO, so I was like, let me go ahead and pick these up. Whenever I can't get organic, the next best thing, just like with the meat, there's a next best thing that you can do if you don't have organic produce in your, or if it doesn't fit in your budget, right? Some weeks it doesn't fit in my budget. So I picked these up. These are non-genetically modified, which to me is the next best thing, meaning it's not altered in a lab. It doesn't have, the seeds aren't produced with things like pesticides that keep them from dying when they're sprayed with more pesticides. So that's one of the reasons why I like to get non-GMO if I can. But if you can't, you're still getting in some minerals, you're still getting in fiber, you're still getting in some vitamins from those foods. So I don't want to sit here and say, if you can't get organic, don't get it. Or if you can't find GMO, non-GMO, don't get it. Get what works for you and for your budget, and just do the best that you can. That is what I encourage everybody to do. We don't eat perfectly, and it's one of the things that I think that it can be really stressful if you're trying to eat perfectly. So let yourself off the hook, do the best that you can, and get as many real whole foods as you can, because you're still going to be benefiting your health in that way. The next thing that I got was, okay, these are a problem. We have already opened it, and I opened it so hard that like the top of the bag got shredded. But these are the seed and nut flour sweet thins. These are honey cinnamon. I can't do a ton of cinnamon with my histamine intolerance, but these are absolutely delicious, and the ingredients are fantastic. If you're someone who is avoiding gluten or avoiding grains, but you still want something sweet, this is so good. So this to me is a combination between a graham cracker, and back in the day we had Teddy Grahams. I think they still sell those. But the little bear cookies, these taste like a perfect combination between the two of those. And I think it gets really crunchy because they use watermelon seed in this. Either way, try them. They were on sale at Costco. I probably should have gotten 2 bags. But seeing as how we ate like almost half this bag last night, yeah, I think 1 bag will do. So these are absolutely amazing. Love the ingredients on that. A lot of the Simple Mills products are going to have better ingredients, and if you're gluten-free or if you're grain-free, you're typically going to find some better options in that brand. So really love Simple Mills for that. Love Siete for that as well. Again, this is this is just a staple for us, and these are just the cassava flour tortilla chips. These are like the thin and crispy chips. If you've ever been to, so it's not like a corn chip tortilla chip. If you've ever been to Chili's, the chips that they bring to the table, those are the closest. That's what those remind me of, rather. So we love that. I usually buy some salsa and I make my own little nacho cheese dip, and that's what we use for that. The other thing, we also already opened this, but this is the Kevin's Thai style coconut chicken. It's paleo, so there's no dairy in this. And it's really, really good. It has a tiny bit of a spice, but it's not too bad. And it's basically like a coconut curry. Love this. This was on sale for $9.99 in my area. It's usually $13.99. So I picked up one of these. Whenever I'm grocery shopping, it never fails. When I get back home, I want to put everything away, and I don't want to cook anything that's going to take longer than 15 or 20 minutes. This is pre-made. It comes with two portions in it. So it's going to have your chicken, and then it's going to have your sauce. So this is basically like a meal kit. What I like to serve this with is I will cook some vegetables on the side. I'll put a video on the screen of how I like to do that. And then you're basically getting takeout without spending a fortune. To feed all three of us, we just use one pack of this. Sometimes if we're really hungry, I'll cook all of it. But that's just such an easy way to get in, to feel like you're eating fast food, but to get cleaner ingredients and to control your budget. And also, if I make both packages of those, I've only spent $10 to feed 3 people and have leftovers when I make both packs. So you can serve that with anything you like. I usually make another vegetable, and I usually serve it with quinoa that I make in my Instant Pot, and that just takes, 20 minutes to do. So I come home, I put the quinoa in the pot, and then I go ahead and I saute this along with some vegetables. Sometimes it's just frozen broccoli with it. Sometimes it's mushrooms or carrots or whatever. But that's just such a great way to get in an inexpensive, really tasty meal that has way better ingredients. Next up, I got unsalted, dry roasted hazelnuts. And these have nothing in them. Already opened these. These have nothing in them but hazelnuts, and they're dry roasted, so they have no additional oils added to it. So whenever I'm getting nuts and seeds and things like that, I like to get ones that don't have any added oils to them. They're already packed with their own oils and essential fatty acids, so there's no need, unless you're deep frying them, to add oil to them. So I like to get those because they're dry roasted, meaning they're not roasted with anything. And whenever we're buying nuts and seeds and things like that, and it says roasted, typically they're deep fried in some sort of oil. Most of the time it's peanut oil, or it may be sunflower oil or safflower oil or different oils. I don't need additional oils when I'm eating something that is packed with its own fats and their own oils. So that's what I like to do whenever I'm buying nuts and seeds. And I also like to store them in the fridge just to keep them from oxidizing and from just going rancid, basically going bad. So that's what I like to do with those. We already have some other, we have some cashews in the fridge. I keep nuts on hand because it's just such an easy way to make your own trail mix to use for other recipes like cookies and things like that, to even put on top of something like oatmeal. It's just a good snack because it'll keep your blood sugar just stable, because you're getting a healthy fat with a little bit of protein. So I love having that, and I love pairing it with something like a dried fruit, so like dried cherries or some raisins or something like that. Picked up some classic mayo, and this is the Chosen Foods, and they use avocado oil for their mayonnaise, and that again has a higher smoke point. It's less inflammatory to our cells, so I like to get this just because the ingredients are really clean. It's also a good way to add creaminess if you're on a dairy-free journey and you don't really eat dairy, or you can't tolerate it. This is a great way to add in that creaminess that you're going to get from dairy. A few just big sweet potatoes. I usually pick up one of these or 2 of these for my husband each week, and this is just the Chomps beef stick, and it's grass-fed and grass-finished. The next thing is I just picked up some pure vanilla extract. I was out of that. Picked up some raisins for our trail mix. I can just pop one in my bag and pair it with, which is what I did, and pair it with like some nuts or something like that. And then I have like a balanced snack. Next up, mangoes are my absolute favorite fruit, and these are like the little honey mangoes. They're a little more tart than the larger ones. These were 45 cents each at Lidl, so I just picked up, I would have picked up more, but a lot of them looked like they weren't going to be ripe for quite a while. So these we're gonna eat. I love having this as a snack. Again, I usually have a piece of fruit and some nuts or seeds, and that's a really good way to just have a balanced snack. Aldi's salsa is still one of my favorites, so I typically get that once a week. From Lidl, I also picked up some, well, these are from Lidl. These are from Lidl, and they were non-GMO white nectarines. Again, we've already opened this for a snack, so pick those up. And then from Costco, I picked up some of their plums. These were $5.99 for this really big bag. Some bananas, this little watermelon. Every time we go to the store, my son wants a little watermelon. Whenever I'm going to the store and my kid is excited about something healthy, I tend to pick that up because I want him to, you know, to have whole real food or whole real food ingredients as much as I can, because this is going to be packed with minerals, and it's going to be packed with, you know, it's hot, so you're getting minerals that are going to help your body hold on to the water that they contain, and it's going to help you to stay hydrated. And the sugars in it, this, you can get so much sugar from just like little snacks that are easy to pick up. But when you're eating the whole real food, it just satisfies you in a different way. So I like to pick up things that he gets excited about that I know are good for him. And then I picked up my favorite Pink Lady apples. So I went to a couple of stores, which I tend to do because I can't get all of these things at Costco, or else I probably wouldn't go anywhere else. But I wanted to show you some of the things that we got this week. Hopefully it's an inspiration to you. Maybe I'm letting you know about a sale that you didn't know was going on, like these, which are so phenomenal. Love those so much. But just, these are some of the things that we like to pick up, and some of the things that have become favorites. A lot of our meals this week are going to look like breakfast for dinner, which I love to do. If you're someone who doesn't love cooking a lot, or you want other people to help you in the kitchen, you can have your kid help you mix up some pancake mix, which is what I do. I recently shared a grain-free coconut flour pancake recipe. Really, really tasty. I've been making it for a few years. You can find that on this video right here, or I will link it in the description below. And we just serve that with some eggs, with these delicious little things out of the air fryer, and we just make a meal out of that. So just the more we have real whole food and whole food ingredients to go to, the easier honestly it is to put a meal together. And then whenever we're going out and we're grocery shopping and we don't feel like cooking, let's think ahead and let's say, you know what, I know I'm not going to feel like cooking, so let me pick up something that somebody else made. And that's one of the reasons why I like to get this. You may pick up maybe a rotisserie chicken or something like that, but make healthy eating easier for you, and make it more convenient for you, and you will do it more often. That's really what we do. I hope this was an inspiration to you, and until next time, your life matters, what you do that matters. So what will you steward about?